To basics, in tune with you.
Well, a significant update has just been announced regarding South Africa's national minimum wage. In fact, as of March the 1st, 2025, the national minimum wage will increase by 4.4%, moving from 27.58 cents to 28.79 cents per hour. Now, this move is part of the government's ongoing efforts to ensure that vulnerable workers are protected from unreasonably low wages, establishing a baseline across most sectors. To dive deeper into the details of these changes and what they mean for your business and, of course, for workers alike, we are joined today by Advocate Vessels, who is the Managing Director at Strata-g Labor Solutions. Good evening, Advocate, and welcome to Life and Money.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity and welcome to all the listeners.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get right into it. Can you then explain for us the key changes that are coming up with this new national minimum wage, particularly the Act, and as it comes into effect from the 1st of March, how will this impact workers and the different industries that are directly affected by this?
Yeah, I think the national minimum wage, as it's set to come in on the 1st of March of 2025, is really a step forward in as far as addressing income inequality is concerned. In that it tries to ensure that especially vulnerable workers, like you've mentioned, which is farm workers, domestic workers, those participating in extended public works programs, etc., receive some form of fair payment in as far for the services that they render is concerned. And it's trying to make some progress in as far as reducing wage disparities is concerned. But undoubtedly, if we look at the current economic climate in South Africa, we cannot shy away from the fact that this national minimum wage will ultimately have an impact on both employers, and especially your small and medium enterprises, as well as employees. Many employees might welcome the 4.4% increase that comes effective. But, in reality, that 4.4% is still a long way from what we in essence want, which is a living wage. And this whole concept of a living wage is really about the minimum income that is necessary for an employee to meet their basic needs. And despite the increase that we've seen, I think we still fall very short of this threshold.
I mean, like you said, it's a 4.4%, right? So how significant is this change, you think, in your opinion? And why is it important to ensure that workers are paid the same rate?
I mean, obviously it's important from an equality perspective to ensure that employees receive at least this minimum wage. In South Africa, we have a vast variety of industries and sectors. And I'm talking about mining industry, motor industry, retail industry, agricultural industry, and many of those sectors and industries already governed by legislation or bargaining councils that set a threshold there for employers to pay their employees a certain prescribed minimum wage. But this national minimum wage is at least a benchmark. It doesn't matter in what sector or industry you're working in, you will at least receive this in respect of each hour that you are actually working. And yes, many might not see the 4.4% increase as a significant increase. And I'm very much sure organized labor and employees would have wanted a lot more. But we also have to recognize that by increasing this wage drastically within a short period of time, would result in increased labor costs. May result in businesses having to potentially adjust their price, potentially look at a freeze on new hiring in order to cope. And all those things have an impact. on businesses and employees.
There seems to be exceptions, though, Advocate, especially if you look at workers on the expanded public works project, for example. They have a minimum of 15.83%, 83 cents per hour there. What difference do you think this is going to make, particularly to those that are looking at it and saying, oh, well, we are getting something lower?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you look at extended public works projects or ownership agreements, there is a lower wage applicable. And the intention behind these lower wages in these sectors is often to promote employment and skills development, especially in those areas where people would otherwise still be unemployed. The reality of the matter is when you employ somebody, you normally employ them because they have a particular knowledge or skill set that you can utilize to further enhance your business. But with learnerships, for example, you're really looking at those that are unemployed and really giving them an opportunity to not only train and enhance their skills, but also combine that by giving them an opportunity to obtain work experience which they would otherwise not have been able to gain. And so this kind of seeks to address the economic vulnerability of workers in those sectors by making it a little bit more attractive for employers to give those unemployed an opportunity. But the other reality as well is that many of these programs are often subsidized by government as well, which is where the affordability really comes in. Obviously, those working on extended public works programs or learnerships are often demoralized, if I can put it in that way, in the sense that they lack motivation to participate in long-term careers in those particular fields because they don't really see a significant financial return for their effort.
I see. Well, thank you so much, Advocate, for unpacking this for us. I think we've got a better understanding of it, and we thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and have a great evening.
From investments to relationships, your